Today on Seattle Refined, it's a Tex-Mex treat gone gourmet.
We are obsessed with nachos.
We flagged down a food truck where cheese and chips aren't just snacks, they are a religion. Plus, this guy practically invented the concert t-shirt.
And that's original. Original, and they loved it, and it was a big seller.
From the Stones to the Beatles, find out why it's your last chance to see this amazing display of classic rock memorabilia. Then, shop till you drop. We tag along on a local winter shopping spree and find out what's going to be flying off the rack this fall. Seattle Refined starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Seattle has a pretty awesome food truck scene, and we are always on the hunt for the next big one. So when Refined heard about a truck that serves up serious nachos, we had to check it out. And we don't want to hurt your mother's feelings, but these are definitely Nacho Mamas.
This is Nacho Mama's Nachos.
They're not kidding. This food truck serves up creative corn chips and cheese. We're talking about nachos that are a notch above the rest.
They're tasty. Nacho Mamas makes great homemade nachos.
Chris Curtis and his wife Sandra opened their food truck nearly a year ago. It was a no-brainer since their cheesy romance started over, what else? Nachos.
We are obsessed with nachos. On our first date, my wife ordered nachos, and I fell in love with her and with nachos.
I know, Chris was worried that was just my appetizer and I was going to keep eating, but I got a giant plate of nachos and it was mine. I wasn't sharing.
Now they share a passion for their food truck and nachos with a twist.
We do a cheeseburger nachos,
I just want the cheeseburger nachos.
Cheeseburger?
Yeah.
You got it.
organic tortilla chips, a house-made cheddar cheese sauce, fresh ground beef. We get all of our meats from a local butcher.
It is amazing.
We do a aloha pork belly nacho. We marinate some pork belly, green bell peppers, some sweet bell peppers, some pickled red onions. Top it with a little edible orchid flour. We have a buffalo chicken nacho. So it's kind of like a take on a chicken wings, but just kind of elevated to the next level. We have a vegetarian one, a street corn nacho. That's actually one of our best sellers.
Now for the big question, where can you find Nacho Mamas?
We love serving at all different breweries and wineries and taking our show on the road. There's so many people making such good beer in our state, and we really wanted to bring nachos up to that same level.
Delicious. It is Nacho Mama's Nachos.
If you have a food truck you think we need to try, drop us a line at hello@seattlerefined.com. The best part about a food truck is you can eat wherever you want, and Seattle has the perfect picnic spots. Not sure where to go? Refined listed our top 10 favorite picnic spots in Seattle, from Alki to Carkey Park. Summer is fading fast, so check out the list on seattlerefined.com and get in one last picnic before things start to cool down. We hope the weather holds out for a major concert in Seattle. Two iconic groups from the 70s, the Eagles and the Doobie Brothers, are coming together in just over 2 weeks for the classic Northwest concert. They will play at Safeco Field on September 30th. It's sure to bring back a lot of memories for fans. What's a rock concert without taking home a souvenir t-shirt, right? I recently met a guy who not only created t-shirt designs for the biggest classic rock bands like the Eagles, Doobie Brothers, and Grateful Dead, but he became friends with those guys. Now he's got a crazy t-shirt collection that you can only see here in Seattle. Jeff Axelrod of Hippo Tees is the mastermind behind this impressive collection. He's made and designed t-shirts for nearly every rock band spawned in the 70s.
You know what I love about your collection?
What's that?
I just talked to the Doobie Brothers, no kidding, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Tell me about this collection here with the Doobies.
Well, the Doobie Brothers came up to the office one day, ordered t-shirts, came back in a couple of weeks, and never paid us.
What do they owe you?
I don't know, $237. But believe me, we did enough of their tours to make up for it. We had enough backstage passes to keep all of us happy.
Jeff, I cannot believe this collection. I
Yeah.
mean, every big band seems like it's in these rooms here.
They're here. This is just part of what we used to do. This is actually the first Grateful Dead print ever for their tour that they asked us to do. This one, Led Zeppelin, was one of our first photo color separations, keeping in mind again that everything was done by hand. There was no photo equipment.
Yeah, and you got Santana here, you got Journey.
Yeah.
I mean,
you did so many T-shirts for so many big bands, right?
Well, we kept busy and we grew really, really fast. We were the first ones to sell T-shirts at rock concerts, starting with the Grateful Dead, and then after that, Pablo Cruz, Allman Brothers.
I see you got the Rolling Stones here, and then look over there, you got the Beatles.
Let me show you this card. This is Beatles design. They asked us to do a Beatles off the cover, and we took it upon ourselves to make all original. That's all our work in the art
And I
department.
like it because you can see the pencil marks in there still.
Yeah, this is one of the original roughs. And then another one that we did was Janice, and we were given a postage stamp size piece of art, and we came up with that.
That's original.
Original, and they loved it. It was a big seller.
And you got the Beatles here. Show me how you make one of these.
Come on, I'll show you over here. The artist had to hand cut every one of these to make a stencil. Each one of these is a different color.
Then, different colored ink is applied in layers to make the T-shirt design.
You set it up on the machine, and you practice sample printing until you got it right.
That's a lot of work.
It's an unbelievable amount of work. Just creating this artwork alone is probably 3 days of work.
So all these T-shirts that we see and all these this cool artwork all started with this?
All started with this.
The collection is remarkable and has been under wraps for 40 years until now. Jeff even has some new stuff hot off the printing press. Jeff, I'm a little upset at you today.
And why is that, Guard?
Because I know you made this T-shirt, but this is Mariners country. We're not San Francisco Giants up here.
Well, I had to put something fun on here to get you upset.
I like it. Well, I'm not upset anymore.
Thanks.
Great time at your collection.
All right, I appreciate you coming over.
Living on the Fringes pop-up gallery runs through October 15th at the Bakery in Georgetown. After that, this entire collection will be auctioned off. So act fast and check it out. Seattle Refined is just getting started.
We've been to the White House, we've been on Good Morning America.
From chocolate chip cookies to the world's best lasagna, we go behind the scenes of the Seattle company that helps millions decide what's for dinner. But first,
So Shannon, what are some of the most inspiring trends you've seen for fall?
everything you need to know to keep your wardrobe on point this fall without breaking the bank. Welcome back to Refined. I'm Gord Swanson. If someone gave you 30 minutes to spend $1,000 in your favorite store, what would you do? Well, we recently found out in Bellevue.
I'm very excited, but I'm trying to keep my composure so I can work my way through this more strategic.
Cynthia won a $1,000 shopping spree at the new Nordstrom Rack at the Lincoln Square. She didn't hold back. In fact, when Cynthia filled up her cart the first time, she only had racked up $500 worth. So she had a long way to go. Even though it would be nice, you don't need $1,000 to look fashionable this fall season. Refine's Malia Karlinski got tips from a fashion expert that won't break the bank.
Autumn is the perfect time to refresh your wardrobe. But you don't have to spend a bundle to look like $1,000,000. Refine got an insider's guide to scoring the newest styles for less at Nordstrom Rack. So Shannon, what are some of the most inspiring trends you've seen for fall?
We'll see statement sleeves, we'll see pinstripes, we'll see menswear fabrics, and of course the blazer is the new third piece of choice this season.
So Shannon, will you take us on a private tour of some of your favorite looks for fall?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's go. Denim is such a staple in everyone's wardrobe. What's hot for fall?
This season, I recommend getting a pair of clean denim.
Okay.
So what that means is a little less rip and repair than seasons
Oh.
past, but a good, clean foundation for all the fun statement tops that are out there right now. And then pair it back to a fun, either bright color. Red is the hot color of the season.
Oh, red, I love this.
But what's most noteworthy here is the statement sleeves. So it's going to be all about fun sleeves this season.
These are kind of puffy, right?
Yes, a little bit gathering or extra volume to create this like amped up romance. So the denim creates a nice foundation for these fun tops.
Are dresses still in?
Dresses are definitely in this season.
And what's the latest incarnation?
I would say it's all about the off the shoulder, or the update would be the mono shoulder, similar to what I'm wearing today.
Okay.
So it creates this asymmetric look.
Oh, I love the back on this too.
So it's really a one shoulder or mono shoulder.
And before you layer that dress with a sweater, Shannon says there's a new trend to try.
And I would recommend the blazer as the third piece of choice this season. So with menswear being such a hot trend right now, throwing it over a dress really feminizes it and makes it your own.
Autumn is sweater weather. But there's a twist this season.
It's really exciting this season because sweaters are getting a facelift, and it's really all about the statement sweater. So here we have lots of different knit patterns, creating texture. You have fringe for some kind of ornate decor, and then you have the oversized neckline. Again, all about that statement.
Everyone needs a coat for winter and fall. What are we going to see out there?
So this season, puffers are back, and it's not just the active puffers you would normally think about. It's really all about these statement puffers that really are a fashion piece. So here we have a Kate Spade, an elongated silhouette, pop color in the fun pink and red.
Whatever pieces you want to try, you can dress on point without that hefty price tag.
Well, we have all the trends, but at great price points, everything from 30 to 70% off. So you can find some real surprise and delights.
The top fall fashion trends don't stop there. Right now on SeattleRefined.com, we have the 10 biggest fall fashion trends of 2017. From knee-length skirts to animal print purses to trench coats, there is something for everyone. To check it out, head to our website and search fall fashion. Coming up on Seattle Refined, a chocolate chip cookie with a surprise ingredient and much more as we get the golden ticket to go inside a local business that's a foodie fantasy gone wild. Here at Seattle Refined, we never get tired of hearing from you. Like us on Facebook, tweet us your story ideas, or shoot us an email telling us what you want to see on the show. You can find our inbox at hello@SeattleRefined.com. Seattle Refined will be right back. Hey, welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Well, we all know that Seattle is home to some great companies like Amazon and Microsoft, but it's also home to one of the tastiest companies around. We're talking about allrecipes.com. Get this, these guys have over 3 billion recipes online, and as Washington Grown's Christy Goranson found out, they definitely have a recipe for success.
All Recipes was started by a group of University of Washington graduate students who had this notion that the internet, which was very new at the time, could be a great place for people to share their food and cooking ideas. And we've been growing ever since. We've been to the White House, we've been on Good Morning America. They featured our world's best lasagna recipe, which is the most popular, most downloaded, most rated and reviewed recipe that we have. So if we're wondering what lasagna America makes, it's probably John Chandler's world's best lasagna. Yeah, absolutely. This is really where the technology is being created to create that all recipes experience. To the home cook, we want it to seem impossibly easy, but behind the scenes, there's a tremendous amount of technology that drives that experience. Probably the toughest time to work here is about 3:30. Because when you're working on the site, you can't not see food images, and so if you're hungry, it can make the afternoon pretty challenging.
Do you know like what people are looking at in the state of Washington as far as like food and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We find that local ingredients play into a lot of people's cooking, as well as local culture. So in Seattle, halibut's trending really strongly right now, crab, salmon, asparagus. We're pretty spoiled here in the state of Washington.
Absolutely.
We have incredible food, incredible ingredients. So there's just, folks get pretty excited about cooking and eating.
Do you have a favorite recipe that you have found off of your website?
My favorite recipe, it's called award-winning soft chocolate chip cookies, and I'm a pretty horrible baker. And so this is a chocolate chip cookie that uses like Jell-O vanilla pudding mix, and it just makes this really flavorful, chewy, perfect cookie. So it's kind of a no-fail.
Yeah.
I'm like, did it? Yeah, so that made me from a zero to a hero. Like, I could actually make a cookie that was worthwhile.
I love it. All Recipes also posts how-to videos to accompany many of their recipes. Esme and I are off to their studio to see how it's done.
Wow. Video is such a great way to help folks enhance and build on their cooking skills and also find that success, especially creating dishes perhaps that are unfamiliar for them. And so the team here shoots hundreds of videos.
Okay, you want me to take the lid off? Yeah, totally.
We're shooting a recipe, it's coriander and lemon-crusted salmon with asparagus.
Seems like it would be hard to watch video and have a sharp knife in your hand at the same time.
Whoops. Yeah, you have to audition for the role blindfolded.
how long does it take to create one of these?
Depending on the recipe, usually about an hour, start to finish, and that could be something as simple as a recipe that might really only take you 15 minutes at home.
Make sure to tune in every Wednesday to see more reports from our partners at Washington Grown. It's good stuff. We'll be right back, but first, check out our refined, shareable moment of the day. Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. While many kids dread going back to school, there are students at one Seattle high school that can't wait to get back into the classroom. That's because they run the most popular high school radio station in the country. Refine's John Prentice checked it out.
Nathan Hale High School in Lake City is the home of the Raiders, but it's also home to this.
C89.5, Seattle's home for dance. That was a hot new track.
C89.5 is one of the best known high school radio stations in America. Seed Vance is a student DJ.
What was it like the first time you were live on the air?
Oh, I was terrified. I had no idea what any of these buttons did.
Now he does.
This is the operations board. Here are all the mics. Mic 1 controls this one, which I'll be talking into. I love C89.5. Like, ever since my freshman year, just joining the class, it's sort of like changed the dynamic of high school. It's just really fun. You get to know a lot about how the music industry sort of works, and you meet a lot of really cool people, artists too, when they come in.
June Fox is the station's general manager and says teaching these students about radio is her dream job.
The station will be 50 years old in 2021, so we're kind of gearing up for that 50th anniversary. But so many of the students that have come through the program have gone on to have notable careers. Shelly Hart, Eric Powers.
Seattle's home for dance, C89.5. I'm Eric Powers in for Drew Bailey.
Eric Powers has been on Seattle's airwaves for decades, rising to fame as the host of Cube 93's popular afternoon drive show.
So getting into the program was awesome because I had a pirate station as a kid, and so it was like one of those things where my parents were, you gotta go legal. Stop doing this crazy stuff behind the scenes. So after that, I found out about C89. I ended up getting into radio, pro radio right away, and this program got me ready for, you know, the big leagues.
June says being a small independent station allows C89.5 to take risks, playing obscure, unknown artists, some of whom have gone on to be anything but.
Well, we were the first station in the country to play Lady Gaga, one of the early stations to play Rihanna.
But before Rihanna or Lady Gaga could get on the air, they had to get past a student music director like Jameson Rom.
What do you think? I don't really like it that much.
Yeah,
but...
do I. And he has discriminating taste.
I found a record that was mostly going unknown by the actual record promoter from the label, and our program director contacted the label and was like, we like this record, you should promote it. And the record label went on to promote it with all the other dance stations in the United States, and it's kind of blown up from there.
And how old are you?
I am 16.
Wow.
This is nothing new. C89.5 has been a contributing station to the Billboard charts for years. The only high school dance station in the nation trusted to pick the hits.
For those students who want to be in broadcasting, they can walk out of here and walk into a commercial station anywhere in this country and get a job because they have the skills.
It's just a really great program, and I think I'm doing it for next year and maybe making it a career of mine.
John Prentice, Seattle Refined.
To learn more about C89.5, check out our website. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gard Swanson. Thanks for joining us. Of course, we'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.